ಇವತ್ತು ವೈಸ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ వచ్చి వెబ్సైట్ కనుక్కుని మళ్ళీ కాల్ వెయిట్ చేసి అండ్ జాయినింగ్ వర్క్ స్టార్ట్ చేయండి.
ఓకే సార్. మేడం Good morning to the honorable management members, the guest speaker, Professor Mantri Madan Mohan Garu, the principal, the vice principal, the head of the Department of Applied Sciences and Humanities, all the faculty members, staff and dear students. I, Dr. A. Nilima, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, extend a warm and hearty welcome to the National Mathematics Day 2020, organized by the Faculty of Mathematics, Department of Applied Sciences and Humanities. Today, we are here to celebrate the birth anniversary of the great mathematician of India, Sri Srinivasa Ramanujan. Let us begin the program by playing the national song Vande Mataram. I request everyone to stand for the same.
Once upon a time, there was
Request Dr. G. Lakshmi Kameshwari, in charge of mathematics, to give welcome address.
Respected Chief Guest of today's function, Dr. M. Madan Mohan, Honorable Chairman of MAS, Dr. K. P. Srinivasa Garu, Principal of MBSREC, Dr. G. Kanakadurga Madam, Vice Principal Professor S.G.S. Murthy Sir, Applied Sciences and Humanities HOD, E.R. Subramanian Garu, and other distinguished professors, colleagues, and my dear students, a very good morning. I, Dr. G. Lakshmi Kamasari, in charge of Mathematics Department, on the behalf of management, principal, faculty, and staff, welcome you to the celebrations of National Mathematics Day. National Mathematics Day is celebrated on 22nd December every year to commemorate the birth anniversary of Sri Srinivasa Ramanujan, a great mathematician of all times, who always used to say, an equation for me has no meaning unless it expresses a thought of God. He believed that pure mathematicians just love to try unsolved problems with a meaning that they love a challenge. Today, we are celebrating National Mathematics Day to know the man who knew infinity by a plenary talk to be delivered by Professor Mantri Madan Mohan Garu. I would be precise in my welcome address as I am keen to listen to the words of the Chief Guest Madan Mohan Garu. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Now I request Dr. A.R. Subramaniam, Head of Department of Applied Sciences and Humanities, to share a few words on this occasion.
Members of the management, Principal Dr. G. Kanakadakka, Vice Principal Professor S.J. Motigar, In charge Mathematics Dr. G. Kanishkan, all my colleagues, my students, very good. All we are aware, National Mathematics Day is celebrated 26th December every year to mark the birth anniversary of legendary Indian mathematician Srinivasa Ramanujan and his contributions in the field of mathematics. All we know, Ramanujan made substantial contributions to the analytical theory of numbers, elliptical functions, infinite series, and continued fractions and many. On 22nd December 2012, I remember the former Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, paid tribute to Srinivasa Ramanujan on the occasion of the 125th birth anniversary of Ramanujan in Chennai. That day, December 22nd, was declared as the National Mathematics Day by him, and it was celebrated across the country for the first time. And the main objective behind the celebration is to raise awareness among people about the importance of mathematics for the development of the country. Because we can't ignore that several initiatives are being taken to motivate and inculcate a positive attitude towards learning mathematics among the youth of the country. I think this is the purpose of celebrating this occasion. On this day, many training programs will be provided in mathematics for teachers and students. And as you are aware, this year in the induction program also, as a proficiency module, mathematics is introduced. So this is the importance of mathematics. All we know, for any engineering program, mathematics is the backbone. So I would like to thank Professor Madan Mohan Garu for sparing his valuable time, because I don't want to be in between the students and the resource person. And I would like to thank the management members for supporting financially and morally. Also, Vice Principal Sir S.J. Sir always is with us. And I would like to appreciate the initiative taken by Dr. G. Kanishkan and the team. And thank you once again.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. May I now request our Vice Principal, Professor S.J. Motigar, to share a few words on this occasion.
Very good morning to all of you. Dr. Nilima, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Yeah. You're able to see me also?
Yes, sir.
Okay. A very good morning, Dr. Mantri Madan Mohan Garu, the guest speaker of the day. To our management members, led by Dr. K.P. Srinivas Rao Garu, the chairman of the society, Madam Kanakadurga, if she is on board, and all other faculty members and my dear students. At the outset, hearty congratulations and approbations to Dr. Lakshmi Kameswari under the guidance of Dr. Subramaniam for having taken this initiative of celebrating National Mathematics Day in the college. Is Madam Kanakadurga on board today? Dr. Nilima? Okay.
No, sir, she is not available.
She is not available. Then I have an onerous responsibility of presenting a couple of facts as principal to the speaker, and also share a few thoughts on the occasion of National Mathematics Day. Dr. Madan Mohan Garu, this institution is 4 decades old. Today has nearly 5,000 students on campus, with about 500 staff members associated with this college. In fact, Dr. Subramaniam himself heads the department which has over 1,000 students. The college has grown over the last 4 decades, when we started with 3 branches in undergraduation, and today we have 7 undergraduate courses, 5 postgraduate courses, including the one in MBA, and in fact it's a mini university. The campus is equally sprawling, in fact a green campus with nearly 30 to 35% green cover and 4 lakh square feet of built-up area to cater to the infrastructure requirements of these 5,000 students and nearly 500 staff members. I myself am associated with this institution for the past 3.5 decades, and it's a fine place to work, sir. On the occasion of this National Mathematics Day, when our faculty members chose Dr. Mantri Madan Mohan to be the chief speaker, I was contemplating on what is common between the Srinivasa Ramanujam, whose birthday is being celebrated, and Dr. Mantri Madan Mohan. The one thing that stands out is the versatility between two persons of great eminence. As I am able to see the resume, Dr. Mantri Madan Mohan has varied exposure with 5 postgraduate degrees, 2 in mathematics, 1 in education, 1 in information technology, 1 more in yoga, and the cherry on the cake being the PhD in the field of education, which circumscribes all other domains. It is this versatility which is the common factor with Srinivasa Ramanujan. Somebody might be wondering, what is the element of versatility in Srinivasa Ramanujan? He comes from a very orthodox religious background, which would have normally bound an individual to the shores of the nation. But in his case, it is his creative thinking of a very high order, intellectual potential, of a different genre, made him travel to UK during the early 20th century, wherein his talents as an abstract mathematician came to the fore. His background, his achievements at home, his accomplishments abroad, all in a span of 3 decades, is indeed true versatility. Another word on why we are celebrating, or we should celebrate, this National Mathematics Day per se. Whenever great accomplished individuals take birth, and in this case Srinivasa Ramanujam was a meteor. Who came, who stayed on this planet Earth and perished, or more aptly, passed away in just 3 decades of time. His work has generated so much of inquest, so much of research, so many doctoral studies across the globe. All this should truly motivate faculty, students to pursue their line of interest with passion and be able to achieve what Srinivasa Ramanujam dared to achieve. He showed to the world neither circumstances concerning relating to birth nor economic conditions, not even health can come in the way of delivering research and in fact research of a very high order and make his mark in such a short span of time. It is this quality that one needs to imbibe, and when we celebrate this day, we should think of such qualities which an individual had displayed, and that we should emulate them as much as we can. And when we invite a person of repute on such occasions, we see a shade of Ramanujam, Srinivasa Ramanujam in him, and when we honor such individuals, we are honoring the legacy of Srinivasa Ramanujam. It is in this context National Mathematics Day should be celebrated in any institution. Thank you, Dr. Nilima, for having invited me to share some thoughts. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your precious words on Mathematics Day. You have given entire description of the college, and you have also explained the versatility of Sri Srinivasa Ramanujan and the reason to celebrate Mathematics Day. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion. I now request Mr. U. Shanmukha Rao, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, to introduce our guest speaker, Professor Mantri Madan Mohan Garu, Professor in Education, IASC, Andhra University, to our esteemed audience.
A warm greeting to one and all. I am U. Shanmukha Rao, Assistant Professor in Mathematics, Department of Science and Humanities, MVSR Engineering College. It's my privilege to introduce our Honorable Speaker, Dr. Mantri Madan Mohan Garu, Professor in Education, IASC, Andhra University. He has doctoral degree in Education, MSc in Applied Mathematics, and MPhil in Engineering Mathematics. He has more than 41 years of experience in his career. Among 3 years He worked as school teacher, 20 years as JL in mathematics, 18 years as assistant professor in service and extension, and maths in education. He has several published papers both in national and international journals. Also 4 books were published. He has guided 200 MED dissertations and also 3 MPhil students. His area of interest are value education, maths and in-service programs, teaching, drama and drawing, yoga, workshops on personality development. I welcome you, sir. The session is handed over to sir.
Thank you, Shanmukhrao sir. Now I request Professor Mantri Madan Mohan Garu to deliver his talk on Srinivasa Ramanujan, the man who knew infinity.
Good morning to everybody. Really, I wish everyone who is present, the dignitaries, the scholars, students, a happy National Mathematics Day. Really, I am very fortunate to be associated with your college and celebrate the great mathematician's birthday by delivering my speech on this occasion. Really, Ramanujan, life cannot be described. If you make all the oceans as ink, the earth has the paper, and the woods of all the jungles has pens, you cannot describe the greatness of this great man. Many people have understood his life in different angles. It's very difficult to come to a point, but in mathematics we have a small idea that all the infinite lines, straight lines, join at a single point, that is Ramanujan. His journey in the field of mathematics has no end. Really, we are should be proud that he is an Indian. The present scenario of mathematics learning is degrading to the level of scoring mathematics. This is a very alarming situation. Mathematics is not a subject. It is a way of life to understand the various phenomena of the world, to understand each one, to understand everything. 4 things should not be sold out. One is the yoga of our country, the classical dance, the classical music, and mathematics. These in our country is considered to be very divine, and they have their spiritual content in that. Now the present generation or the present education system is failing to understand this point. These are highly divine, and every great personality in these fields were thinking that learning and teaching is a divine aspect of life. Ramanujan was such a divine mathematician. His divinity raises due to the blessings of goddess Lalita Devi. It is said that when he was not able to solve a problem in the night he is to live it, and in the morning that great goddess is to come and solve it. Here, we science people may think that what is this mystic way of describing? Mysticism has, when science fails, mysticism starts. Mystic poets, mystic artists, there are so many people in this world. And for Ramanujam, mathematics is an art. Art always wins the heart, because the spelling of art is H-A-R-T, and heart is available. Art is available in every heart. It is, we have to know that where the point lies. Now today, I will present, he was a great man, and is an ocean in the field of mathematics. I am just a small child taking the pebbles from that great oceans, just small mathematics. I started my life as a mathematics teacher and came to the level of a professor. That is all the blessings of Ramanujam. I every day before I go to the class, I used to pray in my staff room that this great man, and then I used to start my class. That divinity has creeped into my heart, and still I feel that I am in a divine journey, and really today speech and the interaction with you is a divine aspect of the Lord, and I hope the blessings of His pour upon everyone, and hope we will have these more again and again. And this is the beginning, not the end. Now I'll present a PowerPoint presentation on the great man and tell you different glimpses of life, and tell you why he's called the man who knew infinity. The different slides describe the different aspects of his life and aspects.
No, sir.
Hello?
We are not able to see your presentation, sir.
Now it's clear? Now? You are able to...
No,
now
sir.
Just a minute.
You present. You click present now, sir. Yeah.
Now it's visible?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Now,
Okay.
the first slide, you see, it is welcoming slide, and see the glittering glory in the face of the child. This is our Indian tradition of namaskara, that is our samskara. The small child is placing two hands like this, you see, the first 5 fingers that define the 5 elements in the universe and which our body is made of. And the 5 other fingers of the other hand, they denote the 5 indriyas, Jnana Indriyas. Now we fold them and bow to the God in front of anyone. That is the style of a namaskar. Now in COVID time also, the entire world has recognized that namaskara is the beautiful way of greeting others. So this is the first slide. See the forehead, there's a big bindi on his head. That is called in yoga, it is the chakra, the great chakra which represents the jnana. When you apply that pressure at that 2 places in the eyebrows, your consciousness is raised. That is the aspect of yoga, and it takes little time to understand what I said. Now the next slide. Best friend of numbers and a man who knew infinity. Now, best friend means what? A friend never asks anything from the other. He just takes from, gives and gives and gives. That's what Ramanujam was dealing with the numbers. He never demanded anything from numbers, but he always tried to give something from himself. And the man who knew infinity. The question is, now you wonder, how could you see all the infinite series he had dealt? That is an aspect of infinity in mathematics. But infinity is the concept of God in Hindu philosophy. He could know that he is going to die soon due to ill health. So he wanted to work and work and work infinitely to reach his goal. So we say that a man who knew infinity. So really, infinity is, now infinity when see it is just like 8, When you to give it a slip, it becomes infinity. 8 is a beautiful number in his life. Next. Now there's a presentation by me, and I am a professor in ISC, Andhra University. I have dealt with mathematics education, and I have created number of mathematics teachers, and always I used to inspire them that mathematics is a way of life, and I have found out innovative techniques of teaching mathematics. Now generally maths means doing the sum on the board and rubbing, doing that. That's not. It's a teacher should inspire the students to deeply dive into the ocean of mathematics. And mathematics is a subject that when you start doing, you may forget the universe. You may forget your anger. You may forget the surroundings. When you do such a power, then you are a true mathematicians. Mathematicians are magicians for themselves. They don't have connection with others. People, they think, but no. Many people say that you are a math teacher, but you don't seem to a math teacher. They think that math teacher should be shabby and he should be in his own world. No. Mathematics is to the science and lipstick is to the beauty. The beauty is lost when you don't apply a lipstick. The science doesn't have meaning when you don't have mathematics. The Einstein, when he found out E is equal to mc square, that he has to take the help of mathematics, because the universal facts can be only described by mathematics. Without mathematics, one cannot describe any phenomena in this universe, because very easy to. I did my work on impact of yoga and classical dance on academic achievement of students, in which I have formulated mathematical formulas and given them that how it is affecting the academic achievement. And the educator was telling that his subject is more mathematical than it is humanity. So mathematics has given me such a courage to deeply dive in every aspect of it. I'm a classical dancer of Kuchipudi, but I visualize dance as a function of music and movement. You understand, function means it has set of rules we have to follow, and every movement I found it is mathematics. And I presented a paper, the relation between dance and mathematics, in an international conference, and people was really, that conference organizers the other day in a paper very proudly announced that this conference has such kind of papers like interrelating mathematics and dance. Now this inspiration I got from the great mathematician Ramanujan. He was born in December 22nd, 1987, and his place of birth is Erode, Tamil Nadu, and father was K.C. Srinivas Iyengar, and mother Komalata Ammal, and wife Janaki Ammal, and siblings I had Sadgopan. So this is a small family background and where he is born, because we should know their birth and details of their parents, because parents are the people who has given this body to us. So we should pay respect to those great parents who has given birth to such a great genius. See, parents give body, but it is our effort that develops our mind. Body plus mind is development. Every great man has his own childhood and schooling, because school is the miniature society where the child learns from the after family and graduation. These are three things which make everyone's life. And see how the schooling of Ramanujan went out. He started his schooling in 1892. See, the 8 is where there in this date. Initially, he did not like school, though he soon started excelling his studies, especially mathematics. You see, I found that most of the great men's biographies, when I read, I found that they were not interested in the traditional, our present system of schooling. Even Rabindranath Tagore was not interested in schooling, but he got a Nobel Prize. Yes, schooling is a place where you condition people. We don't give freedom to them to think. Now, when I was a class 7 student, I went to my maths teacher and said that, sir, why Ramanujan did not go to any central school or a school, but he could do such a great things. Then he said, set up and get out. And I went to English teacher and said, Madam, Shakespeare could not go to formal schooling and all this, but he moved the entire world through his literature. The same answer I got, that shut up your mouth and get out. So like that, the teachers, they don't give appropriate knowledge to the students at a school level. See, that in that school, when teachers answered me, then I had a very painful heart, and I was searching for his answer, that how these people can become such great men without any formal education. Then it was when I went to the university, in the registrar office, there was a clerk who gave me a book written by a yogi, and in that 40th page it is written that our mind has all the subjects in it. It is the frequency we have to match and get the subject. See, I got an answer after 45 years. See, the schooling only the teachers could have told me, I would have turned in a different way. So schooling is very important, and it gives you special experiences to excel in our life. In 1897, he passed the examination in English, Tamil, Geography and Mathematics with highest scores in district. Still we say that passing, score, failing, all these words, we find nowadays. Ranks. These are the days of ranks and marks. The children, those who are creative, they are lost in the tsunami of marks and ranks. Every brain, Vivekananda said that every man has his own potential and we have to manifest it, and our school system or the college system, education system has to find out the divinity. Until now, so many education policies have come, but none has given any policy to find out the divinity or raise. So we have to raise the teachers, we have to raise ourselves and find out the creative elements in our students. Then only we will be successful as a teacher. Signs of his intelligence, which he was just a 7. See, when a child only we find things. Once his teacher said that when 0 is divided by any number, the result is 0, and Ramanujan immediately asked his teacher whether 0 can divide. See how the beautiful question is asked. But when the children, they ask us questions, we just scold them. Even at graduate level or PG level, they don't give proper answer. So it is a request for our lecturers, teachers to raise to the occasion of the students and find out the answers. He passed his primary examination and stood first in the district town high school, Kumbakonam, in 1898. He also mastered advanced trigonometry written by S.N. Soni at the age of 13 years. See, this now, after reading, I could know. My father, he just told me that about Ramanujan, that he was not a man of mathematics or science, but he was a humanity person. But he said, in Telugu, he said, "Ore, Soni book Ramanujam chadivi sedra. Nu kanisam nalugu lekkalaina book nunchi cheyi," he told me. See how he inspired me. That when I read this sentence, I remember my father that he described about S.L. Soni in his own way and said that he has mastered the entire book at the age of 13. Even now, Rabindranath Tagore, he started writing poems at 13 years, at the age of 13. See how these great people write from the beginning, they show the signs of their greatness. So in here, what we have found that the Western psychology or the Western philosophy says that creativity can be nurtured, but in our society, in our Indian tradition, creative persons are born. Now we are doing a lot of research on this, and now we are saying that it may be nurtured, but these incidences tell that the creative people are born, and that is the greatness of a country, that such great people, and ours is a Veda Bhumi, it's a divine land where the great people have born. So they have chosen this land to take birth. So these examples of these people, they say that our country is such a blessed country, and a day will come that our country will be a Vishwaguru in all the fields. In high school, he devoured books on mathematics and discovered advanced theorems. Devoured. He has taken all these books and now just imagine. See, just reading a book is quite different and devouring a book is quite different. Now, we don't find people devouring books. Simply, they are not even reading books. They are not reading outside books. Only the syllabus they want to have. And especially the general tendency is they want easy method books. That's in entire market is available. People, once I was a teacher, then a parent came and sir, a book guide undandi, textbook guide unda, I said. Then I was really wondering that a guide is in front of him, he wants a guidebook from the market. So this is the scene now we are facing, but subjects like mathematics cannot be learnt by guides available in the vicinity of the Guru. Guru bina jnana avat gavat sab ved puran. Without Guruji, you cannot get for us, the greatest Guru is Ishvaraha. Ishvaraha means not that we find Lord Shiva. Ishvara is the Guru Nam Guru. It is the Guru of Guru. That is the divine thing we should cultivate with it's a message from the student, for mine, that students should think that their teachers are like a divine aspect of life. They are like Guru. Then only they can take out the knowledge from them. At the age of 16, he got his hands on a book called Synopsis of Elementary Results in Pure and Applied Mathematics, G.S. Carr. This book had transferred the life of Ramanujan and made him to go deep into mathematics. See, similarly, you find an example that Gandhiji's weapons, Ahimsa and Satyagraha. These are the books, the dramas he has seen, Satyarichandra drama, and he has cultivated the weapon of Satya. So books, they mold our personality. Behind a great person, there is a book. We have to identify that book. And book, that's why we should, as a teacher, we should encourage students to read books. And as the students should read books. Without books, now the libraries are idle position. Nobody is issuing books, nor nobody is coming and reading. Only the material of competitive exams in the university libraries, they are reading in that. So most of the universities are this scene, but though the library is in the heart of the university. So see how a book can change the personality of this man. So when our students and we ourselves, we read books, books reading should be a habit so that it will glow our life. By the time he was 17, he had independently developed and investigated the Bernoulli's number and has calculated the Euler's constant up to 15 decimal places, and was now no longer interested in any other subject and totally immersed himself in the study of math. Now, he is not interested in swimming in small ponds or in rivers because he has submerged himself into the ocean of mathematics. He was graduated from Town High Secondary School in 1904 and was awarded the K. Ranganathan Rao Prize for Mathematics by school headmaster Krishnaswamy Iyengar. So we should pay great respect to the headmaster because see how he has inspired him by giving a prize. Now the headmasters should be an ideal person in a school, but now we find headmasters have see this great man, this school headmaster has molded his personality. So headmasters play every great role in our life. His contribution to the world of mathematics. Now let us find out the glimpses of how he has contributed to the world of mathematics. Contributions cannot be done like that. They are from our heart. The contributions should be from within so that they light the entire world. Ramanujan made substantial contribution to the analytical theory of numbers and worked on elliptical functions. Very difficult to understand elliptical functions, but he very easily used to solve those problems. Continued fractions and infinite. In 1900, he began to work on his own on mathematics summing geometric and arithmetic series. Geometrical and arithmetic series he mastered. You see here you could find out that how this man was working with different fields, and both are transcendental in his nature. And he was original, all his works are original. Very difficult to understand analytical theory of numbers, because I think our lifetime will not be sufficient to understand analytical theory of numbers. See, just he played with numbers. Subsequently, I will tell you the Ramanujam number, how fascinating number it is, and how it brings greatness to us. I'll tell you an incident that how this Ramanujam number brought me so much glory in an unknown place in Warangal. I'll tell you in the subsequent slide. He worked on divergent series. He sent 120 theorems on simple divisibility properties of the partition function. Partition functions are a very, very important topic in mathematics, and now you don't seldom find these in syllabus. I didn't see how he got the name by this. And just 120 theorems. Just imagine, a single theorem we cannot understand, but how many he has proposed. Partition of whole numbers is another simple problem that captured Ramanujam's attention. Subsequently, Ramanujan developed a formula for the partition of any number, which can be made to yield the required result by a series of successful exponents. 3 plus 0, 1 plus 1. See what a beautiful part. Because when you partition is done, you can understand the identity. Anything, any complex problem can be divided into partitions, then we can understand. That is a theory from Gestalt psychology. We learned that the components should be mastered before we go to the whole. It is one of the most important illustrations of Ramanujan's contribution towards the proof of the conjuncture. The statement is every even integer greater than 2 is a sum of 2 primes. Is it beautifully? 6 is a 2 prime numbers. Ramanujan and his associates had showed that every large integer could be written as the sum of the 4, for example, 43, 2 plus 5 plus 17 plus 19. See how beautifully he managed with numbers. In Hindi, Bajigar is the word, Bajigar is a beautiful Hindi movie. Bajigar means he is a Bajigar of numbers. Ramanujan studied the highly composite numbers and also which are recognized as the opposite of the prime numbers. He studied the structure distribution and special forms. He was interested always in special forms and their distribution. If you go in detail, we can understand, but the time is limited. He also did considerable work on the unresolved Fermat theorem, which states that a prime number of the form 4m plus 1 is the sum of 2 squares. This is the famous Fermat theorem, which he has done in his own way, and he has solved it. See, the greatness of Ramanujan is that he was not liking the existing proofs. He was giving his own. Ramanujan's number, they say 1729 is a beautiful number. See, if you 7 and 2 you add, you get 9. And if you subtract 2 from that, you get a 9. From 9, if you subtract 2, you get 7. It is the one. That one shows that everything is one its own way. The entire universe is one. That's why his number is so universal. It is a famous Ramanujan number. It is the smallest number which can be expressed as a sum of the 2 cubes in 2 different ways. The 2 ways are there. See? The story that Professor Hardy wanted to see Ramanujan in his sick bed. When he said that his card number has troubled him, and just Ramanujan, he said, "Why are you saying that the number is there is no fault in the number? It is the fault in the engine." So he immediately described this number as in this way, and Hardy was really astonished that how at a sick bed his brain is so sharp like a meteor, and he did that. This number has become 1729. Now, how this number brings our glory to us. I went to Warangal for delivering in a mathematics conference. Then a group of people were coming in a van. And these are a group of teachers who had they are having orientation classes. Then some resource person described this number to them, but there's no clarity. Then when they were discussing, then I just got out and explained them what is the number. And those teachers were so enamored that, they took me to that place, and then in the evening they came again to and see how a knowledgeable person is respected everywhere. स्वगृहे ज्येष्ठः पूजितः, स्वग्रामे ग्रामाधिकारी पूजितः, स्वदेशे राजा पूजितः, विद्वान सर्वत्र पूज्यते. Our Ramanujan is a Vidwan. That's why he is worshipped everywhere in the world. That is a Sanskrit sloka I learned in class 5, but I found it exactly correct in the life of Ramanujan. That he is a Vidwan. Vidwan means not that you put a big attire and then pronounce the slokas. No, Vidwan is a person who goes to the grassroots and found out the solution to the complex things of the world. That person is a Vidwan. Vidwan sarvatra pujyate, say Ramanujan. Is it that sloka not true in the case of Ramanujan? I read it in class 4, but it took me so much time to understand the sloka told by my Shastri sir. He was a very versatile man, and Sanskrit, he was so versatile in Sanskrit that one day he explained me the effect of money on the personality of a man. So there was a single sentence throughout the one page, and he removed the sandhis and all these things and explained. Such a great man. His greatness I saw in Ramanujan, because in the language of Sanskrit he was so original that then and there is to compose the slokas and tell. And the sloka told by him is a guiding principle for me. Cubic equation and quadratic equation, this he mastered with just fingertip things for him. In 1902, he went to find out his own method to solve the quadratic equation. See, students, once I was conducting a universal service program to teachers. Then one teacher, she came to me and she brought out the mechanical designs drawn by his son. Some 10 machines she has brought, and that child is only 10th class student. I don't know how could he manage. Then I sent him to the university professors in mechanical engineers, and they have found out the greatness of his contribution, his inventions, and it was referred to our Honorable Chief Minister, then Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu, and that fellow is now pursuing his final year engineering. That how these certain people have their own way of finding something. That is the concept creativity. Creativity starts when you start working hard. Without work, creativity cannot be developed. By reading books, you assimilate knowledge, but applying them comes by creativity. That needs work. That's why Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was a great man. One person like me went, "Sir, I am worried. Then he said that the only thing to kill worry is work. You work on something, don't worry, then be killed. It is the only thing that which can remove your worry. So work gives you lot of, in spite of our poverty, in spite of our hardships, if you keep on working and working, jab tak Chand, Suraj Chand rahe, tab tak kaam. See, great poets, the Maithili Sharan Gupta ji said, "Na raho na nirash karo, man ko kuch kaam karo, kuch naam karo, jag mein rah kar kuch naam karo." So poets clarion call, I hope this was caught by Ramanujan. "Na raho na nirash karo man ko." He has so many hardships, but he was never subjected himself to disgust or defeat. Nirash mar, na raho na nirash karo man ko. Never make yourself mind morose, because mind is an excellent instrument given to you by God, and the body is given by your parents. Both should be used in a proper way, and there are certain yogic techniques to find out the connection between these two. Euler's constant. By 1904, Ramanujan had begun to undertake deep research. He investigated the series 1 by n and calculated Euler's constant up to 15 decimal places. I think computers cannot do. Such was the fastest person. See, Shakuntala Devi is then the lady I met. I happened to meet her at the class 10 in my central school. Really, she was an extraordinary genius in the field of calculations. Ramanujan's magic square. Squares, magic squares is a very fascinating thing in mathematics, and you see the magic square invented by Ramanujan. Do you want to know the magic square or not? See, this is the magic square. Looks like any other normal magic square, but this is formed by great mathematician for our country, Srinivasa Ramanujan. Now, see the beauty of it. See, the sum of numbers of any row is 139. 139 is such a beautiful thing, 139. If you multiply 3, you get 9. If you multiply 1 with 3, you get 3. And then you have 1. That shows the entire universe is 1. See, sum of numbers of any column is 139. Sum of numbers of any diagonal is 139. See the beauty. Mathematics is beauty, unless you do your duty. If you don't do your duty, you cannot find the beauty in mathematics. So many students say, mathematics tell about, sir. I fear mathematics because they fear mathematics because they did not think that it is dear to them. Even a lion becomes dear if you don't fear. Is it clear? Sum of numbers of any diagonals is 139. Sum of corner numbers is 139. See? Sum of these identical colored boxes is also 139. Yes. Sum of these identical color is also 139. See? Sum of central square is 139. Is it so fine? Sum of these combinations is also 139. Sum of these combinations is also 139. Wherever you go, you are finding 139. That means the God is finding 139 everywhere. The Prahlada, the great son of a great Rakshasa, when his father is a demon, and Hiranyakaspa said, do you find, where is God? And he said, I find everywhere. And everywhere, the same way Ramanujan could find 139 in every nook and corner of the square. Do you remember the birth? Now let's see the mystery. The birth. This is the date of birth. See, with his date of birth, he could find out a square. Now you also try with your date of birth and try to make a square like this. I hope all the listeners will try with their date of birth this kind of magic square. Honors given to Ramanujan. Honors, they become ours when we work hard. Na suptasya vyagrasya mukhe ప్రవసంతి మూసిక పడుకునే సింహం నోట్లోకి ఎప్పుడు ఎలకలు దూరవు. ఈవెన్ ఎలకలు కూడా when a lion is sleeping, even a rat does not go into his mouth. So when you want to have honors to become ours, we should work hard. See how many honors he has got. Ramanujan's home state, Tamil Nadu, celebrates 22nd December as State IT Day, memorializing both the man and his achievements as a native of Tamil Nadu. So even now from Tamil Nadu he has become a national figure and international figure. See, anybody born in a state, but his state makes him go to the other states. A stamp, such a great honor. A stamp has been released in commemorating the greatness of. And my English teacher used to say that Mr. Mohan, you should raise from lamp to stamp. You could understand, from lamp to stamp. Lamp means you have to work hard under the lamp. Then only, see, now you have electric tube light, this, that. But at that time we have only lamps, small lamps, hurricane lamps, And now from lamp to stamp means this man, from lamp he has gone to the level of a stamp. So all of us should learn that we should go, our journey should start from lamp and become a stamp. Is it clear? So, see, people used to say that Ramanujan is very power, poor, and all these things is great, and all. Then he used to show his elbow because where he was so poor, he was not able to buy papers for his work. They used to do it on a slate and rub the slate with an elbow. So he used to show that what is my greatness. See, such a great person was having such a poverty. But poverty is not a thing to deter our achievements. You know, really, my father used to say me that to be born as a poor is also blessings, because through poverty only the people have grown to higher levels. If you are very rich, then the mind becomes very dull, because when the body gets the comforts, when you make the body comfort, then your mind becomes dull. You know, Ramdev Baba, the yoga guru, says that sharir ko tum nimbu ki tarah nichodo. You have to squeeze the body like a lemon so that you can the juice. If you keep a lemon, it becomes rotten. But if you squeeze it, then you can do. So this man squeezed his brain in the field of mathematics. And that rasa you are enjoying now. The entire world has given the rasa. If you have no rasa, there is only one thing, nirasa. Nirasa is what? Weakness. Ignore. Department of Mathematics celebrates the birthday of Ramanujam by organizing a national symposium of mathematical methods and applications for the one day by inviting eminent, and every university should do that. And really, I congratulate and thank your organization, esteemed organization, to are celebrating this. The national, you are conducting a symposium on this. So it's a great tribute to that great man. See, such great things, you know, help they make the organization grow, and also they help the people who participate to grow. See, I'm so fortunate that I'm participating with you, that whatever knowledge I have acquired, I'm sharing with you. See, money can be shared by anybody. Just if you have 1,000 rupees, stand in a circle and then distribute. But knowledge cannot be shared. That it needs certain special platform and certain person who can understand you. See, on that 150th anniversary of birth, India declared the birthday of Ramanujam National Mathematics Day. Now, all of us have a special duty that the National Mathematics Day, we have to change it to International Mathematics Day. So what we have to do, there's a great duty towards us that we should work hard, do research on his works, and then convert this National Mathematics Day to the International Mathematics Day. Dr. Manmohan Singh also declared that the year 2012 would be celebrated the National Mathematics Day, but the present Prime Ministers or the who will come, they should make it as International Mathematics. This is the ardent desire of a poor teacher like me, that still we should not keep our Ramanujam at an international level, but convert his birthday as an international math. For that we have to give effort, show our our home or respect towards him. Sculpture of Ramanujam was installed at the Garden of Birla Industrial Technological Museum by management. See, this bust photo should be available in every mathematics department of any, whether it is a university or a college. They should have this bust photo in front of, at least a big photograph of this man, so that, you know, why we give bust? Because they inspire us. There is a prana in the this kind of statues. Google honored him on his 150th birthday anniversary by replacing his logo with a doodle on his homepage. See all the mathematical concepts, how beautifully, see, you in the down you see that the pi value 3.14, so many places that child is doing is, you know, see that beauty of this beautiful painting, you know. And you see, you have a tree, and under tree there is a book that, you know, under the trees, if you study, there is a cosmic power that downloads. That, you know, we are confined to AC rooms and classrooms, but now Buddha was enlightened under a Bodhi Vriksha. And, you know, Rabindranath Tagore established a Shantiniketan, where I happened to learn classical music, dance, and basic sciences and mathematics in Shantiniketan, where we have a lot of trees. So trees should be planted, because trees give you one kind of power to download the data from the universe. You know, there is Akashic data store that we have to cultivate to know about that. See, we have a data store everywhere, you get the data. But now there is a data store available in this universe that people like Ramanujan, Shakespeare, all these people that download the data and give it to the source. Now suppose a layman, if you give a computer, he cannot operate because he doesn't know. In the same way, we have a database in the universe that we do not know how to download. A few people have understood that how to download that. So our education system should make the student to know the techniques to download the data from the universe. There were many awards and honors given to him, and some of them are the Padma Vibhushan, Padma Shri, Arjun Award, Dada Shah Phalke Award, Eklavya Award, because Eklavya is given to Guru Bhakti, because Dronacharya, even though he deceived him, but Eklavya with his divine respect could download the knowledge. See how the beautiful thing that he did not, the teacher Drona did not allow him to come, but see the power. It is described in Mahabharata that he downloaded the knowledge from. So in yoga also there is a technique of downloading mind-to-mind connection. So we can download the things. That is a great process, and it takes time for us. If you do yoga sadhana, you can do that. Okay, NTR Award, ANR Award, and many more, which we cannot show in the slide. Facts about Srinivasan, let us know, understand some of the facts about this great man, because facts make the personality. Srinivasa Ramanujan was a self-taught pure mathematician. Self as help is the best help. You know, my English teacher gave a copywriting to me that self-help is the best help. See, at that small age, the teacher has sown the seeds of self-effort. Self-effort, if you have, you will have comfort. He had to drop out of college as he was unable to get through his college examinations. With no job and coming from a poor family, life was tough for him, and he had to seek the help of friends to support himself while he worked on his mathematical discoveries and tried to get it noticed from accomplished mathematicians. So it is the friends who play in our life, and now the youth should not, they are worried about job. When they come to the college, they say employment opportunities, not enlightenment opportunity. If you enlighten, the employment comes up automatically. And so the youth, when they don't have now present job, they should not be worried. They should work hard. A day will come that they will be recognized. Then he wrote a letter to G.S. Hardy containing 120 theorems which brought him to London. See, letters. He has to write letters, but now we can mail our products. Now things have changed. The youth should take inspiration that they need not write now. They can mail when they get the communication. The things of technology has changed, and people have communication techniques to do that. So now we can work more easily than him. He was the first Indian mathematician to be selected to the Royal Society of London. See, the great honor, Royal Society of London. My father used to say about this Royal Society of London. Then when I read about this man and the Royal Society, I used to remember my father, that how great he was, that he was speaking. He was only a 10th class man. He was speaking about Royal Society of London. What is this society? You know, he was not telling about this present society. He was telling about Royal Society of London. And he said how these great people, if you get in your life, you try to get selected. To see, my journey is on. I don't know, the blessings of my father and wishes of people like you, I may sometime go to that place, because to wish is not a crime, but to miss is a crime. To miss things, then that's a crime. Wishing is not a, willing and wishing, you know, is not a crime. We wish to do something. Even, you know, every work starts with a wish. Wright brothers wished to fly. They wanted to fly. He was the second Indian to be the member of Royal Society of London after, and a great shock. Now we have a great shock, this great man, because this parthiv sharir, we have to go, this our body, it has to perish a day, because jatasya dhruvam marnam, who is born, for him the Gita is clearly said. So we had a great shock that we lost this great man. We are saying Lord, but he is never. जब तक सूरज चांद रहे, रामानुजन अमर रहे, हम उसका गान करें. Unfortunately, this great man who knew infinity mixed into the infinity. A great mathematician and a friend of numbers died on April 26, 1920, and Chetput in Chennai due to tuberculosis at the age of 32. See, when I read this, I thought that if I am present, I'd have given full of my money and half of my wage to this great man so that he could have continued his research work. And so unfortunate that our country could not give him a good medical treatment for tuberculosis. You know, tuberculosis in yoga, there is a beautiful techniques which I know, but at that time this was not relevant and people were not knowing about this. Now we have a knowledge of that. He could have been easily cured, because 1 hour a yoga keeps you fit throughout the life. Thank you. These generations will hardly believe that such a man was born in the field of mathematics with flesh and blood. So, this is the little venture I have done to you. I thank all the dignitaries who have joined today, and this great institution has given me opportunity to present my ideas on this great man on this great day. Really, I am a blessed soul that I got an opportunity to speak on this occasion. Really, rarely such opportunities. No, Akasam Manhadura, Avakasam Manahodalatura. So, Avakasam, we should not leave the opportunities. I once again thank everyone, especially I thank my student. Sammukha was my student, I think, 10 years back, that he remembered me and asked me to deliver a lecture on this, because unless any introduction is given to somebody, one cannot go. Just like, the cinema people, directors, they introduce the heroes and heroine. The same way the Sammukhas introduced me to your institution. I hope this journey has started now. Idi antukadu, idi arambham, inka cheyali, and chala inspiring ga nenu work tayar chesan PowerPoint ni. I have worked hard for student. See, to speak about, I am an ordinary man. And to speak about an extraordinary man is such a, difficult work to do. So, really, Sammukha, I thank you, and I thank all the managements for giving me this opportunity. Once again, I wish you a National Mathematics Day. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your great knowledge. I now request Mrs. M. Josna to thank the guest speaker, Professor Mantri Madan Mohan Garu.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir, Professor Mantri Madan Mohan, sir, for your enlightening and historical knowledge sharing session with all of us. Sir, you have started with the quote, mathematics is not a subject, it is a way of life. And sir, sharing your experiences and importance of the schooling to excel in life. Sir, today our faculty and students got a wonderful opportunity to learn from you, sir, such as importance of reading books, Euler's constant, and Ramanujan's magic squares, honors given the Ramanujans, lamp to stamp, facts about Sriman Ramanujan. So thank you, sir, for your versatile knowledge sharing with us today, sir. It is our privilege to have you here today. Thank you for your valuable time, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, may God bless all of you, and let us all be in the world of mathematics. And it's a really a divine loka, Swarga lokam ekkado ledandi, mana ganita shastrame manaku lokam. Adi lokanike kalyanam techunu. Jai.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. In between all, you have used the quotations in Hindi, Telugu, and the languages what you have used. That was very great, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amma. Telly, wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Over to you, Nirma ma'am.
Thank you, Jyotsna madam. May I now request Mrs. D. Bhagya to propose vote of thanks.
Yeah, good morning everyone. I'm Bhagya, Assistant Professor of MBSR Engineering College. On behalf of Mathematics Faculty, Department of Applied Sciences and Humanities, I would like to propose the vote of thanks to each and everyone who has contributed for the National Mathematics Day 2020. First, I would like to thank our Honorable Chairman, Mathrusri Education Society, Dr. K.P. Srinivas Garu, and management members for providing their full support and required permission to conduct this program. My sincere thanks to our Vice Principal, Professor H.S. Murthy Garu, for guiding us throughout this program. I thank the HOD of Department of Applied Sciences and Humanities, Dr. A.R. Subramaniam, for making the necessary arrangements to conduct the National Mathematics Day in a smooth manner. I immensely thank the invited speaker, Professor Mantri Madan Mohan Garu, for his contribution and enlightening the audience with his speech on Sri Srinivasa Ramanujan and quoting mathematics is the subject which has to be learned with divinity. And our special thanks to the Dr. G. Lakshmi Kameshwari, in charge of mathematics, for planning the program and leading us as a team and making this program a successful event. I thank all the members of Mathematics Department for their collective team efforts. Last but not the least, I thank all my dear students for their participation in the National Mathematics Day 2020. Thank you one and all.